Hi everyone, welcome to Leslie Ray's Crafty Gig. I'm down here. I've got my camera set up over here today because I want to show you some really cool techniques, and I wanted to be over here working so that I could have more space. And I'll show you a couple of things we're going to be playing with. This is kind of the basic of what we're going to do. We're going to do a file folder fold out thing. Okay, it folds all the way back up. I'll turn it this way for you. And you can open it up like this. I've been watching a lot of people do this, and one of my favorite people that drops in and that came and did a wonderful stream with me last weekend is Molly, and she shared with me a whole bunch of really cool ones that she has done, and I want to show those to you real quick. And maybe, Molly, since you're here, maybe you can say a few words about them if you want to, or
say hi to Crafty. It's me.
And let me know. We're ready to look at the slides, Will.
Oh, we're ready to look at slides.
Okay. This is it opened up, and Molly has used like papers and tags in there. And I guess that's probably the back side of it. Come on. And kind of a close-up. Here's the smile one. I like the smile one. And see, you got all these little pockets that you create with the file folder when you do these. These are lots of fun to do with file folders.
It's the one this is the one I got.
And then here's one where they make them into a party planner. You can do all kinds of neat things with them. Sometimes, I think this one opens all the way up though, but some of them you close those two middle ones and make it where it's just kind of like opens like a regular book. But this is one that opens all the way up. And so you can put all your planning stuff in there. So those are some ideas of ones that Molly shared with us, which I was very happy for. Go on over to the second. Yeah, there you go. And so what I want to show you how to do is kind of basically fold it. It's not real tricky. And then I want to decorate it with a bunch of fun stuff. I want to use my basic gray paper pad in Erie. And I want to use the little one, and then I also want to use the big one. And I have the big one stacked over here under some stuff when I get to it. But they have the same papers, only front and back, and the little one. And they're lots of fun. And so I thought this would be really neat to use on a Halloweeny one, because I'm very excited about Halloween. Can't wait for it to start. And then I also want to use this Coordinations cardstock. And Ranger has teamed up with Coordinations to make a cardstock that will work with distress ink, or will match the distress ink colors. And it's called the Tim Holtz Ranger Distress Collection.
What's the make?
It's Coordinations. Coordinations. Mommy carries these in her store.
He says all basic gray.
No, Coordinations. Basic gray is the make of the paper pad down here. But this is Coordinations. It's a different thing. And it's got a core to it. So see, can you see how between the black and the black is the white core? And what that means is when I run it through my embossing machine.
So you can look like Kermit Lisa.
Yes. When you run it through an emboss machine and sand it, you get that lovely white through there. I don't know if you've ever played with Coordinations papers, but they have some that are pre-embossed for you, and then they also have some that are textured kind of like this, that has like a what we would call a laid texture if you were talking about paper in the sense of, you know, printing and stuff. It's got a little bit of a texture, but when you run it through your emboss machine, it does this, and it's very cool. Some of them will be like a color, and then they'll have a different color core under it. Or one of them that's my favorite is called the chocolate box, and it'll have browns on top, and underneath you can see the different colors it has, and it'll have like pinks and blues and purples and whites and all kinds of fun stuff. So when you do your embossing and you sand on it, you have the color, you know, the pink coming through the brown or whatever. This is very, very cool. So I want to play with those. I also want to play with a Tim Holtz mask. I don't know if you can tell. It's a spider web. And I have some little, I have some things already pre-die cut, and I have some fun little spidery buttons and stuff. One of the things I have pre-die cut are these little wacky bats. They're very cute. It's a Boss Cuts die, but you can die cut it on your Sizzix. And so I want to put some bats on my folder. I've got lots of my distress inks out. I've got paint out and glitter and embossing powder and mist. And so I'm just really excited to get started. So if there aren't any questions.
Any questions?
I will.
Front of the can. Cute.
So can everybody see okay? Do we need to go in or out?
Zoom in or zoom out?
I have Will helping me at the front over here so that I can have more room to work. And so if you have questions, you know, please speak up, and Will relay those questions to me.
Bev says die cuts are embellishments.
Die cuts are embellishments.
Okay.
You mean the little bats, Bev?
She says okay.
Okay.
So die cuts are embellishments.
Yes. All right. Now, when you get your folder, you see right here how it doesn't line up edge to edge. We want to make that line up, okay? And to do that, I take it like this, and you see it's popping up over here, and I'm just going to take my bone folder and recrease my edge so that it folds the way I want it to fold. And then we're going to open it up, and I want to fold in on both sides. And I'm going to fold this back out. So that it'll open, open, open. Okay?
Ha! Amanda says, what I missed, I had a drunk tourist.
You missed all the folding. And we gave away a car. Lisa won. Alright. Now, we're going to make the pocket part of it, okay? So, fold this up, and if you want to be really meticulous, I know, Lisa won. If you want to be really meticulous, you could get your little measure thing out and measure, but what I'm doing is I'm just lining up here where the folds are, and I'm going to use this and go for it.
Amanda says, darn, I missed things.
Okay. Is everybody seeing okay? Okay.
Ooh, we have 5 guests.
I guess.
4.
Hi, everyone that came in that I don't know because I'm across the room and my son is manning the hole over there.
I told you. Let's see. Dawn.
Hi, Don.
Oh, let's see. There's Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Bev,
Hi, Bev.
Crafting Tea. It's Molly, Lisa, Dawn, Bev, and Raven.
Hi, Raven. And who? Crafty?
Who? Crafty Tea. Crafting Tea. Oh, we have 5 guests now.
Hi, Crafting Tea. If I know you, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Okay. So you see we have it folded up. Now, what I was talking about earlier is we can have it where sorry, turn it right side. We can have it where it opens, but instead of folding all the way out
Hi, Grammy.
like this, we can have it open where it opens like a book. Hi, Grammy. And the way you would do that is these two you would glue together. Okay? And when you glue them together, what I saw that was really, really cute is they took a piece of ribbon. Here, let me grab a little piece of ribbon. And they made a loop with it and put in here. Pretend like I cut the ribbon off. I'm not going to cut the ribbon off, but let's pretend. They would put it in here so that you could then slip a pencil in there to keep up with your lists and stuff. So that's one way I've seen it done. That's cute and all, but I don't want to do that because I want to decorate all over my folder. So
okay,
that's what I'm going to do. Alright, now, since we're going to start with decorating, I don't want to go too far down in my pockets. So I'm going to make a little line, just a gentle line here to remind myself how far that goes down. Because depending on what technique you're using, if you're using something with lots of gel mediums or that kind of stuff, if you get too much down here, your pocket is going to stick to itself. And then it is no longer a pocket, but rather a decorative square or a decorative little folder. So keep that in mind when you're doing stuff. I'm going to do lots of fun stuff here with ink, and so I want to get out my little craft mat or my craft sheet because I don't want to get it all over my cutting mat. Before I had a craft sheet, I used to craft on my cutting mat, and that makes your cutting mat not so bueno. So don't do that. Put a craft sheet down. It makes it much better. And thanks to my friend Patty, my heat tool went MIA just before the show, and my lovely Patty loaned me her heat tool. That's what having crafty friends in town does for you. You get to have a heat tool when you need one.
What do you craft on your cutting mat, Amanda? Did you hear?
Amanda crafts on her cutting mat. It happens. Okay, I want to start with some clear emboss powder and some of my stamps. I have all kinds of fun Halloween stamps because Halloween is probably one of my favoriteest holidays. And I think I want to use this fun one here.
What is it?
What is what?
What is...
You're going to ask me what the name of these are, aren't you?
No.
Okay.
It says, what is a healing mat?
A healing mat? What that means is when you cut into it, it will try to hide where you've cut. Those
sense because I don't have a crafty. Oh, Lisa said a self-healing cutting mat.
right.
It doesn't show cuts.
Yeah. Okay. This is what you do when you can't find your block that's big enough to cover your stamp. You stick it on an ink pad or the back of another block. And I'm going to use some Versamark on this because I want to make some layers. And I want to start with this as a layer because I want it to be, I want some of the cream to show through when we're done. And I don't know if you can see, I can see where I'm working. There's a very subtle watermark there. Maybe you can see a little bit of the glisten. It's hard because it's the...
Yeah, there it is.
But there's a little bit of a glisten there with the Versamark ink.
Oh, really? Really, Amanda?
And see, using the back of that ink pad worked just really, really swell. It didn't cause any problems at all. Ooh, and I want some stars too. I'm going to do a couple of stars white. Have this really cute star stamp from Stamps by Judith. Love it. I'm going to do a couple of stars here and there. Okay. And I've got out my handy dandy embossing tray. We might get a little glitter in this because, well, you know, it's my emboss tray. And I'm going to generously put this on my mat. Or not my mat, my folder.
You made yourself a cup of what, Fab?
Probably tea, Will.
Well, he didn't say shit.
And now you can kind of see where it's picked up the emboss powder. Focus. Like right in there, right here. Okay. Come on, little folder. I'm sorry, guys. This will focus better in a minute when we get more color on there. There we go. You can kind of see in here, maybe, where the powder is picked up on the stuff. And seeing that,
Molly says I see it.
you see it. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate somebody. And seeing that, I think I want to get a little more stars on there.
Oh, Bev says yes. Sorry, Leslie. My attention span is not so good tonight. Hugs.
That's all right, Bev. Okay. I'll just keep talking and If y'all need me, just call her.
What is she on here?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
There it goes. Sorry, this heat tool seems to be just a smidge louder than the normal one. Does everybody know how to emboss? How to heat emboss? Is there anybody that who does? You never heat emboss, Molly? Okay. Well, I mean, I've put the on the. Okay, I used the watermark pad, which is the Versamark, to stamp my image down. Uh-huh.
What's your name?
Well, don't worry about it, okay, baby? Anyway, what it does is it allows the Versamark pad is a watermark pad, but it also allows some powder to stick to the stamped image, and the powder, when heated, will melt and become a surface that when you stamp on it or ink on it, it won't it'll become an impenetrable surface unless you're using like an alcohol ink. So, for instance, if I go over this with some orange marmalade or spiced marmalade, like this, yes, it acts as a resist. So when I come back and rub that, that's where it was stamped, right there. So, and I really like this color. I don't know about the rest of you, but
Molly's fun stuff.
It is fun stuff.
Not Molly, AJ.
Amanda. So, I really like that. And somebody better find out where Sigrid is, because I'm fixing to use yellow, and I know Sigrid loves yellow. I'm going to use a little purple, too.
Kitty, could you type for us?
Kitty? Hi, Kitty. It's Kitty Gleason.
I typed hi, Kitty. I've never got a response. New commercials just interrupt. Yes. Yes, Lisa, they do.
They do. Hang in there, Lisa. Sometimes, Lisa, if you pop out the chat and pop out the stream, it's not so bad.
Chrome.
I'm going to use a little of this scattered straw.
It's yellow.
Scattered straw. No. And remember, the reason I'm not worried about down here is because I'm going to...
No fab. monochrome is just fine.
I'm going to fold this up so you won't see it.
Are you sure, Amanda? Okay. It's fine for HP at work. Ah. That works too, Amanda.
I'm spraying water. I want it to kind of smoosh around and do its thing, but it does.
It's mixed. That looks like an old-timey hook. Wow, Ustream charges $99 a month for 2016.
I'm waiting till I get famous. When I get famous, I'll do the $99. Look how it's doing with the stars. You see them? Isn't that cool? Sir?
Really? I did not know that, Dad.
What's that?
You can pay $4 to get rid of ads if you watch a lot of Ustream.
Yep.
You do that?
Nope.
Pretty simple.
Lisa, maybe one of them can send you the link on how to kind of minimize your ads without having to pay.
Dad, that's free. Okay. I have enabled links.
Thank you, Bubba.
Links have been enabled.
Okay, I kind of like how that's going.
Okay,
What's up?
no worries. Only one so far. Commercial.
I am using just a smidge, maybe a bigger smidge, of this really cool. Y'all know how I like the metallic paints from Folk Art. This is metallic copper, antique copper. Very, very pretty. And this is the best time of the year to get these. This is another reason why I love Halloween. It's because of these little goobers. And I'm going to dip into this and use this as a paint tool to add a little texture in here. See?
I like that one. Afro-dobbers, that's what we call them.
Afro-toppers?
Afro-dots.
I don't know. They're the funny little, you can usually get like 24 of them for a couple of bucks at Walmart in the Halloween section.
Come here. I have the crafty nut. Everybody say hi to Playful.
I can't see Playful well.
I bet they can hear her though.
Well, yeah, because you're squeezing her.
No, I'm not.
So, anyway. And the neat thing about these is because, you know, you paid so much, you can throw them away when you're done. Only problem I see is, like, with Amanda, she has a Booga, and he will like these too. I know that because I have a Fancy Pants, and Fancy Pants loves them.
Oh, I can see.
And Will loves them.
I don't love them. It's not dinner, Amanda. Ooh, that tickles. There.
If you wanted to, also, if you wanted to kind of smoosh at it like this, you can get kind of a little crossy, hatchy thing going on. I need to go on there.
Johnson's antique copper.
Dawn says what?
Antique copper.
Antique. Yes, antique copper, Dawn.
I need to go potty.
Go. Yes, Dawn. It's antique copper. From Folk Art. Yummy stuff. They have such pretty colors. Okay. I like that. Well, I've got some paint out. I want to get a little bit of bubble wrap here. The neat thing about paint is it also can act as a resist to ink, as I've shown you before. So I want to, on the back side, and on the back side we want to cover the whole shoot and match, because all of it will show. And I'm going to use my fingers, or you can just dip it. That's the neat thing about the mat. And turn this way so you can see what I just did. I just took it and plopped it down on my thing, on my file folder.
Oh, it looks like bubbles.
It does look like bubbles.
It's a shooting match. Not with a gun, Lisa. Who do we lose?
Well, okay, what do you think? Y'all like that so far? A little bit of paint, a little bit of stamping. I'm going to use heat tool, kind of dry this a little bit. I really love how this copper shines. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions, Will?
Nope. Do you have any questions? No, none from none from Dawn. None from Dawn. None from Dawn. Dawn says that I do like it too.
She likes what?
The coffee.
I do too, Dawn. It's really pretty. Ma'am? What?
I said I have a really book.
Okay. Alright, so this is when I pop this up. That's the background so far. I think I want to add in
Yes, Bev. Well, she's in the living room.
maybe some of my favorite tree.
Sam. Bev says hi. Come here. She wants me to give you a hug, too.
This is one of my favorite stamps. It's by Inkadinkadoo.
Hey, my baby.
With the little spiders and stuff. And then y'all have seen me use this one before. I just love this stamp. I think it's really cool. It's great for fall. It's great for winter. And then I may play with this a little too. I'm not sure. This is a club scrap. It's just a grid. But I may play with that too. And the tree is the Stamps by Judith stamp. And I've got my archival ink out. And I want to finish this page. Now remember, this page is all inside because this is going to fold up, so this is all inside.
Go.
Put the cat down. I just want a little hint of the tree being there. It's okay, in my opinion, if you don't see it really super crisp. Because it's just kind of layers upon layers. That's what we're trying to get here. And then I want to add in, like I said, the spiders. Can y'all see?
Dawn, don't waste. Don't wait.
Can y'all see what I'm talking about?
No, go ahead and ask questions. I'll read it out loud.
Yes, please, ask away.
What stamps is the spider, Amanda says?
The spider is Inkadinkadoo.
What brand is the spider stamp? Says Fab.
Inkadinkadoo.
No, that was Dawn.
Inka?
No, I am.
Dinka.
Lots of texture there, says Fab.
Do.
Inka. God dang God. That actually said they wrote it in. Now it's on record, Fab.
Okay. Oh, sorry guys. That's what we got going on in the background right now. I'm gonna leave that for a minute because I'm liking where that's going, and I want to play on the other side and see.
Says, I think it's a plaid brand, but not for sure.
What's a plaid brand?
Inkadoo.
No, it's Inkadinkadoo. It's in Reading, Pennsylvania. It's called Inkadinkadoo.
It's owned by them.
Like here is Inkadinkadoo.
Oops.
Is that coming into focus yet? Well,
Yeah, it's in focus. Thank God.
okay.
Inkadoo.com.
They have cute stamps like this also.
Ooh, what'd you put? Lisa.
Will.
What? Oh.
Sorry. Will's turning the camera around because he's not paying attention. So, but I want to use, okay, you're going to see me use something that you've never seen me use before, but I'm going to use it anyway because I am. And it'll be okay. We'll all get through this together, I promise. One of my lovely people sent me a Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and since I don't have a soot distress reinker to make my own, we're going to use that with this lovely mask. Everybody see my mask? Kind of, sort of. And what you do, if you've never used a mask, is you put it,
It's a mist that glimmers.
You put it here. This is a distress mask. This is a Tim Holtz mask. And what I was told with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, this is it, is you're supposed to swirl. So we're swirling. I think before we do that, though, I want to add a light color. Hang on. Let's add some scattered straw down here real quick. And maybe a little wild honey. Because that's where I want to put it. That's why I'm sticking it kind of right there. And some old paper. Yeah. And this is just water, guys. No magic here. Just water. Kind of letting it do its swirly thing. Kind of helping it along with my finger. And heat tool. Ready? What I just sprayed on it was just water, guys, to help it kind of smooch together. Bleed. I like smudge, Fab. Okay. And I did that, guys, just to have a little color underneath there, because I want a little color. Okay.
It says because it's pigment, it stains.
What's pigment? It is a fine glimmer. Says shake well, but everybody I know that says shaking it gets the glitter up in the spray thingy. I don't know. Anyway, I swirled. Y'all saw me swirl. And this has a tendency to, no, not explode, but give a little splotchy. So I cleaned off its nose before we started. And, yeah. See how it starts glopping up on its nose again? A couple of little blobs are okay with me, but I don't want it to get too blobby. And so I'm going to take this off. And it leaves that. And while I'm here, I'm going to turn it upside down. And I'm going to, well, hand me just a piece of paper. You have just a piece of white paper. Today. Thank you, dear. Will was right. I needed my brayer. So, alright, now I'm going to dry. Can y'all see the shimmer on the paper? For about an hour. Unless you want to say that like Gomer Pyle, and then you would say, surprise, surprise, surprise.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's...
Good.
I thought that was a pretty good Gomer Pyle. Okay, here, I gotta dry on this side too, guys. I got a little mist under. Yeah, it's all good.
Oh. Maybe some
Pretty what? Pretty D? Okay, so here's... So right now, that's kind of how the cover is looking. Kind of, sort of.
I think it needs some ribbon, don't you?
Well, eventually, yeah. But we're not there yet. We're working on layers. We're layering. It's like an onion, Bubby. It's layers. Layers.
Any questions? Questions? You couldn't see what? Down below. I couldn't see it.
Couldn't see what?
Couldn't see what? Move the camera, please.
Where are we moving it to?
The front. Cover.
Oh, sorry. When it goes together, that's going to be kind of the front. We're going to do some stuff on this, so that's not so... blaring.
Ah!
Better? We got more layers to do. This
only
is just
saw
the
her
bottom.
Hey! That's not nice.
What?
You said we only saw her hand.
But it's a lovely hand. Okay.
It's got bling on it. I mean, you cannot beat bling on a hand.
Okay.
Unless the hand's green, but still.
Alright. I'm going to use another mask. Only this time, since this is going to fold up, like here, I'm going to place it like that on the bottom.
It's a spider web.
And actually, I need to put more color down again because it's colory. Colory! We got some honey. Honey. I will spare y'all a song. Because while I like music, I'm not a songbird. And my husband will prefer me not to sing for you lovely people.
Really?
Oh yeah, some spiced marmalade.
I was thinking barn door red.
I'm thinking no.
How about Fred Burlap?
No. I put the barn door up.
What about Victoria's Velvet?
No. Well,
Walnut stain?
seriously?
Maybe.
Can I interest anybody in an 11-year-old?
I'm not interested in being given away.
I didn't ask, did I?
Oh, bless me. Ha 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 ha. You're singing?
No, I'm not singing.
No. Lisa says, I'm a singing right now. Are you going to dress up like you did on that one show where you sang and danced and did all that funky junk?
Funky junk. Yeah, where you did all that funky junk, Lisa. Remember that?
A harmony and with some do-bag. Oh.
Who said do-bag? Who wrote that?
Lisa.
Lisa.
She said I had to behave at the beginning. Embossing powder. That can be mixed with water. Oh, embossing powder. That can be mixed with water, but it's better to do it from the stamp.
Embossing powder can be mixed with water. What? What are you telling people, Will?
No, it's a question.
No, don't. Embossing powder, you just use the watermark pad. Is that what you're asking?
Let's don't make them confused. It's a Saison pad.
No, it's not. You're confusing them. I used a watermark pad. Let me get that for you.
It's black.
I know it's black, honey. I removed it because I was doing something else. Here it is. Versamark.
It's not a watermark pad. It's Versa. It's either one.
It's not a watermark pad. It's a Versamark. And while this is wet, I'm gonna stamp some of these into it.
Boom. Pow.
Sorry, we have extra, what do you call that, sound effects tonight.
Special effect.
Okay, I'm gonna heat tool again. Where? Where's the spot that I missed? Right there? Great, what? Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? What some simple ink and stamp can do.
This is almost as therapeutic for me as entangling is.
Okay.
I really appreciated those of you who showed up Monday for my impromptu stream in the middle of the night.
I guess, sign in if you want to be part of the chat.
Okay, now I want to take my spider web. I'll stick him here.
That looks so pretty.
Thank you. And I'm going to add in some peeled paint. I'm going to use the Distress Stain to do this. This is going to add just a lot of paint actually, a lot of stain all at once to the spots. And I accidentally moved my thingy before I was done. Hang on. Let's see if I can get that lined up. I want to go at least up to here. I did that down instead of up. That's okay. I'm going to dry that real quick. Stick him. When I do this, guys, I'm sticking him upside down so that I can get the other color off of the other side of the stem, off the other side of the mask. And I'm just rolling it with my brayer to get that down. And you can see just a hint up here of those colors. Okay? And I'm going to do something similar right here. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay.
Night, Fab.
Night, Fab. Well.
Night, man.
Yeah.
Be open.
Okay, so when this comes up, it's going to start looking like that in the background. And I want a little more definition here. So I'm going to go across the edge with my Distress tool.
Mama, we need to plug this in the cable. I don't have a spot to plug it in.
Then pull something out. And I'm gonna add some more green up here to the edge with the stain. Okay. That was the peeled paint distress stain that I'm using. And since this edge right here is going to be seen, I want to add a little color back in right there.
What?
And that way that'll give it just a smidge of color on the edge here. Okay. So I'm going to go back in with my spiders.
Oh, can you tell us about the Distress Ink tool, please, says Don.
About the Distress Ink tool. I did not use the tool, but the tool looks like an old-fashioned stamp. I don't even have it out because I knew I wasn't going to use it tonight. It looks like an old-fashioned stamp, you know, with the handle and a little square, and you can put for the distress inks, not the alcohol inks, but the distress inks, you put those foam pads on there. And the foam pads will